Mic check. What's up, everybody? I am Brandon Gordon Gab, GabGames.com. This is City Skyline, PlayStation Edition. Um, so talk to me. Let's talk. Let's talk. Um, so I was just reading something, and it got me talking again. There's a guy, and said we didn't sell Black Americans to slavery during that period. Africans were all on the run, looking for a place to hide and be safe from the sons of Lucifer. This is just another move, American move, to divide and conquer, and we are allowing it in big 2026. Um, Dumb comment. I'm guessing it would be context, but yeah, somebody said I find a lot of Africans arrogant, condescending, and disrespectful to Afro Americans. They betrayed us, backstabbed us, sold us before criticizing some Americans. Some Africans now living in America benefited from the civil rights victories that Black Americans fought for. So I'm guessing the guy's African. And like it ain't our fault. We were on the run too. I disagree. Anybody know me? I've had this conversation before. Personal views and opinions. For me, it just makes sense. Um, I do believe that we were sold the idea. Schedule. I just got two shift offers. Actually, I tried to pick them up. Friday. Give me that. I agree. And I pick up Saturday. I agree. Boss man. Okay. Approval pending. Schedule. Right. They only had me on the shift for 3 days this week. It's drunk. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. No shit. Give me that Friday and Saturday. So I picked it up at another store. I can keep my Sunday off. Oh man, like what I big dog. He got a lot of young people on the shift. So Friday, especially around payday, Friday, Saturday, weekends, they don't want to come in. Give me that bread. Um, but again, it goes down to this for me. Um, It starts in the Middle East. That's why the Middle East is so important. And in the Middle East, Europe, Africa, and Asia all come together in one landmass. This is why the Middle East is in so much conflict. I'll get to that in a second. But Africa, Europe, and Asia all come together in one landmass, creating the Middle East. So, those countries on the border, you know, like literally Africa, Egypt is a fucking stone's throw away from the Middle East. They had to intermingle with each other. This is why I don't get too mad when Egyptians are depicted as lighter, because you're rich, you got money, you're a distinguished person, or people. You interact with other people from other countries. You become valuable, you know, and motherfuckers want to fuck. So the fact that Egyptians are lighter when depicted in movies is because they're close to that European Asian border, who are lighter people. And over the years, they've been fucking, creating a fairer skinned or black person, creating the darker white person, the Italians and whatever the fuck Vin Diesel is. He's not technically white. He's not technically Hispanic. He's not black, but you know that's why Tom Cruise was the last samurai, because he was a white guy that went into Asia because Asia was right there and fuck around and became a samurai. Mic check. They trying to censor me, y'all. So back what I was saying about America. Here's how America was formed. I don't know how much y'all got out of it because my mic seemed to have went out. They're trying to censor a brother because what I speak has truth and validity to it. Here's how America was formed. You got the Middle East. You got Africa, Europe, Asia. Just about that some kind of way. This is the Middle East. It's the landmass that connects the three continents. The argument in the Middle East is who was there first, and it's not for what people think. Mic check. It's not for what people think. It's about money. It's not about religious beliefs and shit. It's about money. The first people to set up were probably and most likely merchants. You got a place that connects three different land masses, which means a lot of foot traffic. Who was the first person to cross across? I'm pretty sure we all were like here together in the Middle East, and then we spread out. We spread our wings. But anyway, the major players that surround the Middle East, you got Egypt over here. You know, you probably got Britain over here somewhere, and then you probably got some strong place in China. All of those three heads came together and were like, peace, love, and happiness. Everybody could be fucking on each other. Somebody was like, hey, I know some people we left out. Like, who? The Spanish. The fuck is the Spanish? They're over there. Let's say this is America now. No, we'll go over here. Right? We're going to say this is America. North America, South America. They're over there. Now, North America and South America are connected through this land bridge called Central America, which is where my family is from. Belize. My mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather. They all from Belize. I'm the first generation born here. This is where Mexico is, in that central area. That's where Mexico is and all of that. That's why the Mexicans get the bad rap. But this is where the Spanish people were. At some point, they probably occupied like 3/4 of it. Maybe a half of North America, I think, because South America is their base. So it was like, yeah, they just, there's a landmass over there that they're not necessarily using. I'm sure they'll let us use it. So Africans, Europeans, and Asians all came together, put their money together to buy North America. Y'all go south of the border. Shoo, it's our house now. Thank you. Kicked out the real estate owner. Thank you. Now they're here, which technically they were like up here before we took over those southern states and pushed them more south. But all three countries, all three continents, Europe, Africa, and Asia came together. This is when the slave trade was formed. Egypt had kings and queens. Europe had kings and queens. Asia has kings and queens. They took their subjects, like everybody's moving. Dropped them here. Everybody knew before we came from here, though. We got to go build up a country. We got to go build up a nation. We got to go build. And I believe that the deal was already made. Everybody get 40 acres and a mule. Everybody. Blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics. Because it's like, come on, a few of y'all can stay too. We need to populate. And nobody that formed America at the time benefited. Now, that's slavery. That's going to be our slavery days. Pre-slavery to the Civil War. Right. Slavery to the Middle War. pre-slavery to the Middle War. Nobody benefited. Why? Because all hands on deck. We don't have resources for anybody to necessarily benefit outside of fucking people that's not your race. That's the only benefit. Now we got blacks, Europeans, and Asians all together in the same community, and Hispanics, creating the Native Americans. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, we got our first American babies. Native Americans, we're going to call them. But anyway, everybody slaved away. Everybody slaved away because it took all hands on deck to build the country. Once the country infrastructure was built, for the most part, then we went through, you had the Civil War and the freeing of the slaves. Like, look, while we still got some ways to go, we got our foundation together. All you hardworking people are free. Then we got hit with segregation. Why though? Because now the benefits of the country were coming together. We got trades going on, we got crops growing, we got enough timber and lumber at the moment in order to farm and build houses and ship off. So the money started rolling in. But we had to split up America. One for the blacks, one for the Asians, one for the Hispanics, one for the whites, and one for Uncle Sam, the government. This one here, the one for the government, I think threw off people count from their estimate. But we all got 40 acres and a mule. One for the blacks, one for the Asians, one for the Hispanics, one for the whites, one for Uncle Sam. One for the blacks, one for the Hispanics, one for the Asians, one for the whites, one for Uncle Sam. And we went over and over and over until all the resources were separated, the land was separated and everything. The reason being, that's why we had segregation. To separate blacks on this side of town, whites on this side of town, Asians on this side of town, Hispanics on this side of town. Why? So that America's divided equally. Everybody came from Africa, Europe, and Asia, and South America to build this place. Everybody has a right to the land, technically. But that's why they formed the United States. Like, we just decide who comes in and who doesn't. So, segregation. Everybody had their own place. Because you're not going to tell me Asians who built the railroads, fucking Hispanics who live right here across, the fucking straight of land, and blacks who, blacks built everything, and white people had all the money, that nobody wanted to leave. Motherfuckers couldn't build a boat to go. Motherfuckers wanted, they probably could have built a railway from here to fucking China. We had some of the best engineers back then. Motherfuckers was able to build shit out of, motherfuckers built this in the fucking woods in a cave. No way you gonna tell me motherfuckers that could build boats, build houses, build roads, build railway systems, couldn't build a way back to the fucking motherland, whichever motherland they came from. They knew when they came here, in order for each country to have a claim and a right in America, they had to establish a base. Black side, black base, Asian base, Hispanic base, Europe base. We all occupy America together. We all, we knew we weren't coming back. Everybody's, where's our 40 acres and a mule? Bitch, go look at the south side. That's your 40 acres and your mule. Did you take care of it? Did you feed your mule? Did you water it? Did you take it for walks and stop putting so much load on it? That's our 40 acres. We all combined our 40 fucking acres. One for you, one for you, one for you, one for you. To create our strongholds in every city. Every city has a little Mexico. Every city has a Chinatown. Every city is like, oh, there's those blacks. Every city's like, go over there. You're going to be fucking with the KKK because there ain't nothing but whites. This is every city in America. This is not just LA. This is not just New York. It's not just Chicago. This is every fucking city in America is set up like that. It's uniform across the board. Everybody got their cut. But it went from 25%, you get 20, everybody get 25% of the land. Asians, blacks, Hispanics, whites, you all get 25% of the land. It went from 25% to maybe like 15% for everybody because Uncle Sam, America, had to have his money. So that's why everybody feels cheated. Those blacks are some fucking crooks. Man, don't trust the white man. White man gonna fuck you over. Like, why everybody think that Hispanic work is cheap? We not cheap. Like, you think your work is cheap. They say China makes shitty product, but yet they buy everything from China. And nobody feels loved and, like they care for any, like they matter because they expected a little bit more. They didn't expect Uncle Sam to take his cut and try to bone everybody. Even though I think government is needed, taxation is needed. But that's neither here nor there. But we all formed America because blacks, Europeans, and Asians were all in the Middle East. Like, we here to bone. That's why all Middle Eastern people look mixed. They're not quite black, not quite European, not quite Asian. They're that Jesus golden ratio. But they're all mixed. Yeah, every time they like white people, they try to be like, Jesus was bronze with hair of wool. White people don't have hair of wool. Like, what? First of all, I like to point out Corey Matthews and Hyde from that 70s show. Two distinct white people who hair is fucking curly as fuck. And then, you got the people that don't like to take care of themselves and hair is all matted and jumbled together and shit. You know what I mean? Just because your hair has a certain texture don't mean that you're of a certain race. That it's just people, that's pride. That's your saying pride. Where's your saying pride, Kakarot? Crackers can't have hair of wool. But every time I see a picture of a goddamn Indian kid, how about this Indian kid from Thailand, a Taiwanese kid, he works in a mine shaft. He only sleeps for 3 hours a day. He only sees sunlight for half an hour. Save this kid life. That motherfucker hair look woolly as shit. So, it come down to what you want to believe. But the reason Jesus' skin tone was written as bronze is because that's the skin tone really that you get, no matter what race, when you mix and combine. You know, what color is a black person? What color is an African? Black as shit. I'm not gonna sit there and call a motherfucking African fucking bronze. Motherfucker only turned bronze. Or yeah, you know, yeah, ain't never nobody ever called an African bronze. Call that motherfucker black. Black as hell. That in the African community, ain't nobody in the Black America. Ain't nobody ever looked at an African and called him fucking bronze or her bronze. Like, damn, you black as hell. That's what they call black as hell. Because you can only get it from mixing. That's why Jesus, and that's why they try to push Christianity. Because, you know, Jesus has to be golden emoji. So everybody can see their self in Christ's likeness. Everybody have to be able to see their self as Christ. Like they didn't know what the fuck African was. Like they didn't know what European was. Like they didn't know what Asian was. They didn't know what Spanish was. Man, fuck out of here. The wording was chosen so that everybody could see themselves. Therefore, because it don't make sense to be like, worship this white man. And you want to sell the religion to everybody. It don't make sense to worship this black man when you want to sell the religion to everybody. It don't make sense to be like, worship this Asian man when you're trying to sell the religion to everybody. All universal religions, their spiritual figures have vague descriptions. Like you're not even supposed to be able to depict Muhammad on TV or in books. You're not supposed to draw him. Why? Because anybody could be that. Anybody could be that person. Don't get caught up on skin tone. This is why I hate people that change the color of their emoji people. It was chose golden because nobody's fucking golden. Like, don't even get me started on that shit. Because first of all, emojis are supposed to represent an emotion. It's an emoticon. It's an emote in typing form. Now imagine talking about, give me that black emote in Fortnite. Like, what the fuck is a black emote, nigga? Emote is an expression of self. There's no black or white fucking emote. That's the equivalent of what motherfuckers doing with these emoticons. You press the emote button in Fortnite and you're like, yeah, that's the black one. And what makes it black? You press the emote button and you like, I want the black emote. Nigga, it's just to move and gesture. There's no black sad, no black happy. There's no white angry. There's just anger. That's why I hate that emote shit. Mic check. But that's how America was formed. 40 acres and a mule again. You get one, 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 you get one. And then as a people, we combine to have our community. That's how America was formed. And like I was saying before, I wasn't sure if we got here, if y'all heard this part, but we all were brought here to fuck on each other, spread peace, love, and happiness. We are the first generation. We are the first generation of the first generation. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna say first. Our parents, us, our kids, and probably our grandparents. I'm 38. I'll be 40 next year, not this year. 40 next year. So, my mother's about 60. About what? 62? 63? If that. When I turn 40, she'll be about 62. You know? So she just kind of missed the segregation part. My daughter's grandmother, I think she said I think she was like old enough, her great grandmother was old enough to live through segregation. Like segregation wasn't that far, it's not that far. In all respect to the errors, because you got to respect it. But we are the first generation outside of segregation trying to figure out, is it okay to mingle? Yes, it's okay to mingle. You just have to split the shit up. Now that the shit's split up, are you trying to get your dick wet, or are you trying to get your dick wet? This is why we have so many more stories, and it was so important of, athletes, fucking white women, athletes fucking whoever they want, because they're the best. They got the best bodies. They're sexually attractive. They're the hottest. Technically, physically, they're the hottest. So now that we're coming out of segregation, we are supposed to be the ones asking motherfuckers to dance. Would you like to dance? And by dancing, I mean, would you like to go fuck? We all came here to be fucking on each other. The segregation of splitting up the pot created racism. But everybody had to go to their corners. You go to your corner, you go to your corner, you go to your corner. Well, I split this shit up. They go put your shit up. They went to their corners, they put their shit up, built up the communities. And now, we can mix a little bit. Look at these communities here. Like if that's black, white, Asian, Hispanic, communities around the border here is where you want to get laid. This is your golden ratio to getting laid. Because like the Middle East, they have no choice but to come together and converge. These people here at that center border they're going to be more accepting to people because they go through this shit every day. So that's the first place to start looking to get laid. Secondly, you just got to know what you want. If you want you an Asian person, you can't go to fucking Hispanic-Ville USA looking for an Asian person. I'm not saying you won't find one there because, everybody still comes together and work together. But you better take your ass to the Asian side. Go to little Asia and go find you a nice Asian woman or Asian man. You know where to find your black counterpart. If you want a black man, go to Blackville, USA. Find you a blackie. Oh, 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 oh. They better be talking about sucking my dick. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Oh, whoops. Mic check. But that's the point of segregation. Now you know where to find what you're looking for at wholesale. You don't got to fight over the only black guy in your town. Go to where the blacks are. We all have to fight over one Becky with a good hair. Go where all the Beckys with the good hair is. Just don't be a pussy. Be respectful. And you know trouble when you see trouble. But gotta know what you're here for, man. America was made from the Middle East. We came here knowing. We only came this way because they didn't have any Spanish people. Sorry, South America. So we came over here because you got Spanish people here. And then we brought blacks, Europeans, and Asians to occupy the space. Now come on in, some of y'all. So now we all can fuck on each other. It just took a little longer to set up the party. Orgy. Everybody get naked. But we split it up, and now we're the first generation out of the shadows of building the country. Got our rest, we split. Now we all can be fucking on each other. And that's why they keep trying to, push it. The athletes got laid first. No matter what race you are, if you're an athlete, an entertainer, somebody that everybody knows, you have access to a plethora of pussy, no matter what race. You think Elvis gave a fuck if you were black or white? Like, shit, all banger. She hot? Get this Johnny Bravo on. Hey, mama. What's a pretty lady like you doing in a place like this and not on my dick? I ain't never met a black athlete that ain't like, no, hell no. I'm not fucking that Asian pussy. You know why? I'm gonna bang. Race go out the window. In the words of Dave Chappelle, thinking for women's like, give me that nigger dick. You'd be like, no. That word is offensive. Now, shit, you want it. Shut up, bitch. Take this shit. Take this shit. My little slut. Say it. Pow. Smack ass. I'm your slut. I'm your slut. Damn right. All that race shit go out the window. America. Fuck yeah. Here to save the motherfucking day, yeah. No, and it's okay. It's not cool, but it's okay. I get why. Nah, that's close. Ah, I don't know where to put shit. That's why. You know, I get why some people are. I don't want to say racist. But there are some people that believe in keeping the purity. I'm not against it. For example, like I said, you gotta know where to find the blacks. You gotta know where to find the whites. You gotta know where to find the Asians. And you gotta know where to find the Hispanics. Why? Because I'm shopping for some Asian pussy. Where's the Asians? No, we're the Hispanics. Whoops, my bad. Motherfuckers like I'm shopping for some black dick. Hey, my name is Becky with the good hair. And have you ever had some white pussy? Hey, Becky. It's that simple. It's that simple. I can go in the Asian field right now. Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm what you may consider black because my skin tone. Where would I find some Asian pussy? Who wants some black dick? That's where race matters. Like, black dick? Black dick? I wanted a black dick. How much you love me? You love me a long time, you love me quickie. You know? You want a happy ending? You just want to come true and go? You can come and go if you like. I just want black dick. I'm just saying. You know? I dare you. Yeah, Hispanic person. Walk into Asian field itself. Hey, Who wants some of my Aztec warrior? Come on. No matter sexual orientation, no matter race, no matter what you identify as. Somebody wants some of that exotic shit. Just because it's exotic. No, I ain't never met a racist gay guy. Never met a racist gay lady. They're sexist. The, you know, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, they're sexist, but they're not racist. You know, I ain't never heard a gay guy was like, this black guy tried to talk to me and I was like, fuck you, black piece of shit. Not that I talk to a lot of people anyway, but my point is still valid. I never overheard a conversation. I was like, they were like, and I was like, fuck that. I don't fuck black people. Never. No, because everybody wants something different. Everybody wants something exotic. So, America, we are at the point of orgy time. Carry yourselves properly, and you can't get laid. But if you don't, you'll never get laid. That's what we're here for now. We're here to build. Our generation is to start fucking outside our race and to build a plan for America, oh man, to withstand the future. Make sure our infrastructure stay together. To make sure that we play nice with the rest of the world, just in case we all become mixed. As America, we will become mixed one day. Everybody's gonna be a mulatto baby. That's when the next slave trade happens. I hate to put it, I can't think of another word. That's when the next slave trade happens. Uh, we got a bunch of mulatto babies we could exchange with people. We need more Hispanics. Wait, that's Asian. We need more Asians. We need more blacks. We need more whites. We need more Spanish speaking people. Because we know where to shop for. Asia is where you shop for Asian. Africa is where you shop for blacks. Europe is where you shop for white. South America is where you shop for Spanish people. That's wholesale. America, we're the grocery store. The blacks are in aisle 3, the whites in aisle 4, Asians in aisle A, Hispanics in aisle B. Where's aisle B? I'll be back. Get what I'm saying? But we know where to go wholesale. That's why everybody get their chance. First, we were bringing in Europeans the other day. Then we became a sanctuary for some Africans the other day. And then we became sanctuary for some Asians the other day. And then just within the past 4 years, because we got to make sure we have a steady supply coming in. Now we got to make sure that we can push out. So the rest of the world got to make sure that they come away. You know, in order for what's being born and bred here to come stretch out. Because, where are we? Here. What's being bred here to stretch out. Because if the people here can't stretch out across the world, then how can we bring the world in? That's when the grid becomes deadlocked. So eventually, there will have to be an exchange of people from the Americas to the respective continents, to the respective places. But when America, you know, we're used to a certain thing. The rest of the world got to be welcoming. That's why everybody want to come here. We're a little bit more welcoming than the rest of the world. So eventually, once we start everybody's mixed,